Well, folks, I'm really excited. We've got the one, the only Kezia Gill on the line. How you doing, Kezia?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, you're like the new Wonder Woman. I mean, you're just everywhere. I mean, you put on Facebook and it's like, where is she now? What is
I
she
know.
doing? But congratulations on an amazing year.
Thank you. My mum always says she wouldn't know where it was if it wasn't. She wouldn't know where I was if it wasn't for Facebook.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
no, it's been really good. It's been like non-stop. I think coming out of the pandemic where we all just did nothing, I feel like I've been kind of like, like running on ice, trying to catch up. But it's been great. I mean, I've done kind of like tour after tour, and it was a really good festival season. And I'm just enjoying a little bit of a break now, just before things ramp up again next month. So yeah, it's been pretty full on.
I know, and like next month is the BCMA Awards, which you are nominated for two awards: Female
Yeah.
Vocalist and Entertainer of the Year, and that is no surprise to anybody, I don't think.
Do you know, it's always so humbling when you get nominated. And yeah, absolutely everyone wants to win, but I think in such a talent saturated market, just to have your name up there amongst some of the best is it's just an accolade in itself. So it was really humbling to be nominated for those such big awards as well. I mean, entertainer of the year and best female are
Yeah.
big categories. So yeah, very humbling.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like you hit the nail on the head then. I think with the pandemic, I think when everybody come out, everybody threw the kitchen sink at production during the pandemic, songwriting, production, getting the stage sorted out and getting that bit of a focus as well, and having a great team behind you as well with Donna and the guys, and um and
Yeah.
and it's just one of those things that it's like I said, it's no surprise when you see the award nominees and you're going, yeah, nobody's going, oh, I think that's a fix. There's
No,
nobody.
I think it's all well deserved, and I think
Exactly.
that's what makes it so poignant to be nominated, because you wouldn't be put in that category if you didn't belong to be there, and that's what makes it so lovely to be a part of it, because there's some real big names up there this year, and
You're
it's
also a great close knit group as well. Again with the festivals and also joint tours like with Jade and there's Amelia as well. I mean,
yeah.
I did say to Amelia when she was touring with Jade, I said, "Have you not nobbled it yet?" Um,
Well, people always expect there to be some kind of rivalry. Jade and I are the best of friends, and this will be the third year consecutively that we've been up against for the same best female. I won it one year, Jade won it the next. Who's going to win it this year? I don't know, but I am like the first one to cheer for Jade if she wins
exactly.
it, and vice versa. We champion each other so much, and with names like Amelia Quinn coming up, and it we really do root for each other. There's no drama. It's really quite boring.
No, I don't think it's boring. I think people do like a little bit of gossip, juicy gossip, but you can tell on the circuit everybody is together. I think pretty much to a person. You go
Yeah.
to the festivals and afterwards you see them all, like all you guys are having a drink round the bar, or or before, and you're all watching each other and supporting, and I think that is brilliant, and because I think the industry itself can be a little bit, if you go. With greatest bigger and bigger and bigger, then you hear the stories coming out. But I think it's just sensationalism. I mean, I heard somebody tell me a story once when Tracy Bird was on in Nashville, and in the back was Mark Chesnutt, his mate,
Wow.
watching, just unassuming. And there was somebody watching Brad Paisley when I was in Scotland. I went to see him while I was touring myself up in Scotland this year. And somebody said to me, such and such a body was in no, that was it. The support act was on, and Brad Paisley was in the audience watching him with the baseball cap and just but somebody clocked him.
Wow.
Somebody
That's
clocked him.
amazing.
Yeah. He's like, "Are you Brad Paisley?" No, 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 no. Trying to put a Scottish accent on. But no, again, you're embarking on a brand new tour, but also a new single that's out now as well. And it's
Yeah, it came out on Friday.
oh wow. And you can tell you're getting bigger because you don't give me the world exclusives anymore. You go to Bob Harris, you know.
No, unfortunately, Bob's top dog at the moment.
I know I'm going. I used to know her, but no, congratulations.
Thank
Like I said,
you.
great single. And the tour, tell us a little bit more about the tour, what's going on.
Yeah, so it kicks off in Derby on November the 12th. We've got 13 dates on the tour, and I'm thrilled to say that 10 of them have sold out. So if you're still wanting to come along and join us, we've got tickets for Southampton, Cardiff and for Dublin. But yeah, it's my first actual headline tour. Although I've toured before, it's always been as a support or as a co-headline.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I'm just doing it straight up, my tour. It's both nerve-wracking and terrifying and massively exciting. So I'm just trying to juggle those emotions while we get ready for it, actually.
Oh, again, getting you set up for Christmas break then, I would imagine.
Oh, you better believe it. I'm not doing anything except getting fat over Christmas.
You're not doing another cruise? You're not doing a cruise?
Oh, well, I may do. I always have my stuff going on in the background, but when you've got 7 days in the Caribbean, it's not really work, is it?
Well, exactly. I know at the awards last year, we were just saying off air then, you won the award and you went, hello, I'm here at the Caribbean on a cruise.
I had to dial in from St. Lucia.
And everyone's like, no, we're not jealous whatsoever. We're in Chelsea, it's freezing.
I know.
But I was speaking to another colleague on again, a nominated for the female vocalist, Chloe Jones. She's actually just got a cruise to sing.
Amazing.
And I said to her, you'll have to do a Kezia Gill if you win. Hello, I'm here at the Caribbean.
That's it. It's very rock and roll.
Oh, absolutely. And why not? Because you earned the right. And again, I was talking to Ben from the Shires, Ben Foles. I think you're just in the halfway through the support that you were doing with them. Mm-hmm. And I was on about yourself, and he said, she's going down a storm. He said, we really need to have to rethink who we keep inviting for the support, because she's actually outshining us.
Oh, bless him.
And do you know what I heard the other day? And it's quite right, this, actually. We're talking about C2C, this 2023. But also 2022, you absolutely stormed it on the outside. Like I said, we'd had a chat ourselves, but there was people saying to me recently, saying, why is Kezia not on the main stage, or at least the satellite stage at the back? So that, for me, is a testament to your skill and your
I think C2C as a festival is always going to be about the American acts, or Australian or Canadian, because that's the whole point. It's bringing the world of country music to our little island. But I've heard myself from many people saying how much they'd love to see me up there. And that's such a lovely comment. Would it ever happen? Would a British act ever hit the main stage? I don't know, but if the opportunity ever arose, I'd love to make it happen. But last year was so incredible. Just to do the festival stages that I did, such an amazing experience after having applied to play, for well over 5 years and never quite making the cut. To actually get to say I've played C2C is something I'm immensely proud of. So yeah, and who knows, main stage one day maybe.
I think with the greatest respect to the Shires as well, the most they've got is actually introducing an artist on there, and we're going, actually they're leading the light in Nashville. Yeah. Why aren't they having at least the little backstage at the back, And I think everybody's like, certainly myself, controversial in a way, there was more talent outside this year, I should say, than some of the acts that were in the, I won't say who, but in my own honest opinion, that were in there. Even in this year, a lot of us aren't going to the main stage. We're actually going to Scotland this time. We're going for the Party on the Clyde.
Yeah, one thing you learn from a lot of the social media groups and conversations around C2C is music is subjective and everyone has an opinion. And unfortunately, C2C, there's like 25,000 opinions. So it can get a bit noisy sometimes. Some people would love to see a British act on the main stage. Some people would say it's not worth the money and that's not why they go, and it's not about homegrown talent. And I'd love to sit down and have a beer with those people, let me tell you. But I think C2C gets the balance right. There is something for everyone, and it's the discovery of artists as well. I went last year and perhaps thought, I'm not really bothered about them, happened to find them and then think actually they were incredible, and like you said, perhaps not be as impressed as some of the big selling names. I love the discovery of the smaller stages, the pop-ups. I love the songwriter night. I love all the Indigo stage is always a great stage, because there's a lot of breakthrough acts there, sort of slightly lower down the pecking order, but just ready to. The first time we saw Drake White was in the Indigo, and we were just like, how is this guy not massive? And then bang, 4 years later he is. So yeah, there's something for everyone, but you know what? You're never going to please everyone, and I stopped trying a long time ago.
Well, look at that songwriter some years ago. There was Kit Moore, next to him, Luke Combs.
Yeah, exactly. and then he headlined it last year. So
Exactly.
it goes to show nothing's impossible.
No, I do agree with you. It's like apart from one particular year, and I guessed the lineup, and again I won't mention who I thought it was going to be, but it was year 3, and I pretty much guessed who was going on. I went, no, I'm not getting the early bird. And then when it did come out, I got 80-90% of the lineup, and I went, thank God for that, and just went for the songwriters. And I was happy with that, you know. And again, it's just everybody, different strokes for different folks, isn't it?
That's it, and that's why I say, you know, you're not going to please everyone. So as long as you're pleased 50% of the people 50% of the time, then you're doing something right.
Okay, to finish off, then let's have like all these events that you're doing. Whether you're going to actually own up to this, I don't know, but I'll ask you: best venue you've played at in your career?
That's an easy one. The London Palladium.
There you go. There you go.
That was my dream venue. If you'd have asked me 10 years ago, what venue do you dream of playing? And my late father always said, from when I was a very, very young girl, he said, one day you'll play the Palladium. It's such a shame he never saw me play it. You know, he passed away a few years ago, but that it was such an emotional day. Because he used to say it all the time. You'll play the Palladium one day, darling. You'll play the Palladium one day. And, you know, I may have only been supporting, but I stood on that stage and I sung my own songs. So that hands down, life-changing moment.
Did you get the goosebump? I've got goosebumps.
Oh, I got all the feels from the minute. I mean, with a lot of these venues, you load in really early in the day. So we loaded in about 10 a.m. And I just walked out onto that stage and cried like a baby. I was like, I need to get all this emotion out now so I can do some form of show this evening. And then as the day went on, I'd have moments where I'd be quite emotional, and then other moments where I'd be sick with nerves. But when it came to it, it was just me and the guitar, and we went out there, and I hopefully did my dad proud. But it was funny, right at the end, I kind of held my guitar in the air and I went, we bloody did it, Dad. And the whole audience erupted.
That's it. I mean, that in itself is everything, I think, from a performer's point of view. When you walk on stage and think, yeah,
I did it.
You did it. You did it. You did your dad proud. And again, it's that fire in your belly as well, that sometimes it might need a kickstart here and there, you know, but that was your fire in your belly to say, I've got to get.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, the Palladium was always so high on my list. I've got other venues. I'd love to play the Albert Hall. I'd love to play Glastonbury. And these are all places that are on a list that hopefully, with a bit of positive thought and a lot of hard work, I'll just check them off.
I think my best venue was Liverpool Philharmonic Hall when I played. It was
that is a great venue. I
played a charity thing, and it used to do it every January, and I got invited. And when I look back now, and there was a VHS somewhere in the house that someone took, I'm going, what did I? You've got the Mer and Meress in the boxes here on the side.
Amazing.
I'm all Mexican waving.
Brilliant. Why not?
And then I'd stopped doing it a couple of years later, and the last time I did it, probably this is why this is the last time I've done. I had people I got these line dance teachers either side of me, and I said, right, go out in the crowd, and he got including the Mary Maris, line dancing in the aisles.
Brilliant.
And the place was just, you know, on its level. But I love the thing afterwards. I love it off stage and the camaraderie behind the thing. And I got to meet Mickey Tomlinson and for the first time, and we struck up a big friendship and shared the changing room with him. And it was just the whole thing. And the day just goes like that, doesn't it? You don't think, you're on autopilot, aren't you? Sometimes
you are, and then it's quite often not until a few days or even a few weeks later you're looking back at the photos and you go, did I actually do that? Did that actually happen? That was a bit what C2C was like, because it was so full on, and you know, you eating on the go, you're not really sleeping much. I had interviews, I had shows, and it was only really a few weeks later when I got back and everyone was sharing the videos and sharing the photos, and you know, like the town square stage, it was full to capacity. You couldn't get in, and I'm sat looking at it going, wow, I can't believe that happened. Was I there?
Well, that's the great thing about the that entrance stage is because the pub is across the way. So we were outside having a pint in this pub watching you. I thought, this is
I know. It was just brilliant. It was just so good. But it, like, it really sinks in afterwards, and it's great with having social media. People can share videos and they can share photos, and you just get to relive it over and over again. So yeah, it's always pretty special when you're on the come down, actually.
It is, but I want to say a big thank you. I know you got a busy day ahead, or just chilling, or whatever you're doing. Well earned rest.
Thank you.
Was you out last night? Was it at the Shepherd's Bush? Was it?
It was Shepherd's Bush on Saturday evening.
Yeah.
And then we were all back. It was my younger sister's birthday yesterday, so we were out on the sauce, but all good.
All good.
I knew I had an interview this morning, so it's all good.
Hey, you've been very professional, very professional. Not one eye, some of your eyelashes on your cheek.
It's still in my dressing gown with a bun on my head.
All right, matchsticks. Well, this is an early morning one for me, because I retired from
me, actually.
I retired from my day job some years ago, and I thought there was only 10 o'clock in the day. I was surprised.
I've always been a night owl. I've had to be for work. So even when I'm not working, I'd much rather sit up till 1-2 o'clock in the morning than be up and out and on it. But yeah, I got up especially this morning.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on, and congratulations on everything you've achieved, and also good luck with everything coming forward as well. And there's only one place you're going, girl, and that's all the way up.
Oh, thank you so much for talking to me. Loved it.
You take care.